This is Sylvia Saber with OpTv Global Headlines. Starting with the top international stories for the day. The US has reportedly spied on top politicians in Europe, including German Chancellor Angela Merkel from 2012 to 2014 with the help of Danish intelligence. The White House gave no outright denial but said Mrs. Merkel's phone was not being bugged at the time and would not be in future. US President Joe Biden marked the 6th anniversary of his son Bio's death with a visit to his gravesite and a speech about grief to military families and veterans on the eve of the Memorial Day holiday. Mr. Biden and his wife visited Bio Biden's grave in Delaware and attended church at the cemetery in the president's home state on a cold, overcast day. 2 people have died and more than 20 were injured in a shooting outside a billiards club in the town of Miami in Florida. The suspects fled the scene shortly after the shooting. Israeli Foreign Minister has arrived in Cairo to discuss with his Egyptian counterpart the establishment of a permanent ceasefire between Israel and Gaza's resistance movement, Hamas. He noted that his government was fully committed to repatriating Israeli prisoners held by Hamas. Thousands have rallied in Washington, D.C. in support of Palestinians and calling for an end to U.S. aid to Israel. We are hoping to send a clear message to the United States government that the days of supporting the Israeli state without repercussions are over, one of the demonstrators and D.C. lawyer Sharif Salmi said. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has warned that a proposed new unity government would be a danger for the security of the country. Mr. Netanyahu urged right-wing politicians not to support a deal after ultra-nationalist leader Naftali Bennett said he would share power with the centrist party. At least 25 people have died after drinking toxic alcohol in northern India. The police have arrested 10 men for selling the liquor in sprawling Uttar Pradesh. Gunmen have kidnapped many students from an Islamic school in the town of Tijaina in Nigeria. A teacher told that 150 students were missing, while other reports put the figure at about 200. Abductions carried out for ransom are increasingly common in northern states. Kuwait announces immediate resumption of its visas in business and family categories for Pakistanis. There will be no restrictions for technical visas in the field of medicine and oil, Minister for Interior Sheikh Rashid Ahmed said. Up next, we have the national updates. Pakistan will be able to produce 10,000 megawatts of environmentally friendly electricity through its Decade of Dams project, Prime Minister Imran Khan announces proudly. Under the initiative, 10 dams will be built across the country in the next decade. The Prime Minister also revealed that the government's upcoming plans include recharging wetlands, increasing the plantation of mangroves, and building 15 wildlife conservation parks. The Indian Army Chief's acknowledgement of Pakistan's effort for peace is a victory of Prime Minister Imran Khan, the Pakistan Army and 220 million Pakistanis, says Punjab Governor Chaudhry Sarwar. The governor, while commenting on the acknowledgement of Pakistan's efforts for peace by the Indian Army Chief, said that regional peace is not possible without the resolution of the Kashmir dispute as per the UN resolutions. Estranged PTI leader Jahangir Tareen denied meeting any senior government official. When he appeared for a hearing into the case registered against him, Mr. Tareen said that he was expecting the report would be made public by now. The government of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf is unaware of economy and nation's problems, says Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz, President and opposition leader in National Assembly Shehbaz Sharif. In a meeting of the Economic Advisory Council of the PMLN, the opposition leader termed the government's economic statistics as fraudulent and unreliable. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Chaudhry Fawad Hussain is surprised over the statements of Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz, President Shehbaz Sharif, and Pakistan People's Party Chairman Bilawal Bhutto regarding International Monetary Fund. Government Minister has advised the PPP and PMLN leaders to review facts before leveling allegations to avoid embarrassment. Up next, we have the health updates. The death toll from COVID-19 climbed to 20,779 and 43 more people succumbed to the disease in Pakistan. According to the National Command and Operations Center data, the positivity rate of infection was recorded at 4.05%. Antibody drugs and COVID-19 vaccines are less effective against a coronavirus variant, latest scientific studies on the novel coronavirus revealed. Antibodies in blood from unvaccinated COVID-19 survivors and from people who received both doses of vaccine were 3-fold to 6-fold less potent against the India variant. Up next, we have the sports updates. Pakistan Cricket Board Chairman Ehsan Mani has debunked rumors of forwarding his resignation to Prime Minister Imran Khan. Meanwhile, PCB has also approached former Test wicketkeeper Rashid Latif for spreading such rumors, but he stands by his story of Ehsan Mani's resignation. Chinese mountaineer Zhang Hong has scaled the tallest peak in the world from the Nepal side, becoming the first blind man from Asia and the third visually impaired person in the world to climb Mount Everest. 46-year-old mountaineer completed the 8,849-meter high Himalayan feat along with 3 high-altitude guides. Up next, we have the entertainment updates. Renowned Pakistani actors Imran Abbas and Sabaa Qamar are uniting for the first time for a new drama called Tumhare Husn Ke Naam. With story and screenplay by Umaira Ahmed, the drama is written by Sara Qayyum. Abbas revealed that the story is very well articulated and the music well done. Bollywood actor Salman Khan has announced that an animated avatar of his Chulbul Pandey character in upcoming series of Dabangg on Cartoon Network. The movie's star-studded cast also included Arbaz Khan, Sonakshi Sinha, Vinod Khanna, Dimple Kapadia, and Sonu Sood. American singer Eminem has squashed Snoop Dogg beef in his new song. Eminem's new song suggests as the two music icons are finally burying the hatchet and returning to a friendly relationship months after feud. Horror film A Quiet Place Part 2 opened in North America this weekend to considerable fanfare and with numbers unlike any seen since the pandemic began. The combined gross for the weekend's top 12 films to $78.1 million, up to $18.8 million the previous weekend. Ex-Tarzan actor is missing among other 7 plane crash victims in Tennessee Lake. Investigators continued searching for the bodies of victims, focusing on examining half-a-mile-wide debris field in the lake. Up next, we have the business updates. Amid a strong pickup in the economic activity, traders expect the Pakistani rupee to remain range-bound next week. The rupee dropped to 155.25 before easing back again to close at 154.43 against the dollar in the interbank market. Prime Minister of Pakistan has given go-ahead to investigators for decisive action against owners of 38 sugar mills. Now, the Federal Investigation Agency may arrest a few millers who have already faced money laundering, sugar satta, and insider trading charges. Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan launched the country's first ever Eurobond. The green euro called Indus Bond has been issued by WAPDA to raise $500 million for the financing of Daimir Basha and Muhammad dams. Up next, we have the updates on science and technology. It could take several years for a global shortage of Intel Corp's semiconductors to be resolved. Company CEO said that the work and study from home trend during the COVID-19 pandemic has led to a cycle of explosive growth in semiconductors that has placed huge strain on global supply chains. China's cargo spacecraft carrying supplies, equipment, and propellant docked with the space station's key module Tianzhou 2 carried supplies for future astronauts, including food for the Shenzhou 12 crew, which will be launched next month. That's all from this bulletin. For more updates, do stay with us and keep watching OpTv Global.